Hi, it's Dorota. Welcome to Polish with Dorota. Do you need to learn grammar to speak Polish? In this video, I will share my point of view on this topic as a Polish language expert, teacher, and also as a language learner. I've heard a lot of time, I don't want to learn grammar. I just want to speak Polish. And I understand that. I get that. Learning grammar, it's quite difficult, can be challenging. You need to put effort in it. It takes time, but actually, once it clicks, when you get it, you have it for life. It's like math. But I fully understand that you might not want to learn grammar. And that's fine. You don't need to learn grammar to speak Polish in everyday situations. In a shop, in a restaurant, to have a small talk with your Polish friends or your family. In this case, go and check out my courses, Small Talk in Polish and How to Survive in a Polish Shop. If you don't want to learn grammar, you will definitely benefit from these two courses. After completing these courses, you will be able to communicate with Polish people in most common situations. Click the link below and check out the courses. Also, you don't need to learn grammar if you don't mind making mistakes, even if sometimes they are funny or they might cause misunderstanding. Let me tell you two stories. I had a student whose Polish level was quite okay. We could communicate, he could communicate with his Polish family, but he never had been learning grammar before. That's why he was talking about me and other women as about men. So he was using male adjective to describe women. So in his words, I was a man. It was quite awkward. Another example. I had students, men, who were using female version of a verb in past tense when talking about themselves. So they were saying zrobiłam, which means I did, but it means I did as a woman, instead of zrobiłem, which means I did as a man. Why? Because they had daughters, and their daughters were speaking Polish to them. Daughters, of course, were using female version, and those guys were not aware that they are making this mistake because they didn't learn grammar. And if you don't mind this kind of mistakes, you don't need to learn grammar. You will be most probably understood in many situations. But why I think it's beneficial to learn grammar? Let me give you a few reasons. If you want to sound and be perceived as a literate, educated person, it's good to know proper grammar, and it concerns any language. Good grammar makes good impression on native speakers, and believe me, it works. Secondly, maybe you want to get a better job in Poland. If in your job you need to deal with writing emails, with speaking to customers, then a proper grammar is a must. You need to express yourself correctly in a professional environment. Knowing and understanding grammar will give you a deep understanding of Polish language. For example, a sentence w zeszłym miesiącu chodziłem na basen means last month I was going repeatedly, I used to go to a swimming pool. And it means that I was there several times. Whereas a sentence w zeszłym miesiącu poszedłem na basen means last month I went to the swimming pool. And it means I have been there once. So knowing grammar, knowing the differences will give you precise and deep understanding of Polish and ability to express yourself fully and precisely. The last but not least is permanent residency or Polish citizenship. If you would like to get permanent residency in Poland or later citizenship, Polish citizenship, in many cases you need to take B1 certificate, B1 state exam. And I was an examiner and I've seen many people who could speak Polish, who were passing speaking part, but they failed on grammar part and on writing part. They were failing on writing part also because of not knowing grammar. So if you think to take B1 exam, grammar is a must. Also, I believe that it's very important to start learning grammar at the beginning of your journey with Polish language. Why? Because I've seen many people starting learning grammar after some years of living in Poland. They have already some habits and it's very, very difficult to change them. Learning grammar from the beginning, it's much easier. You don't have to learn all the grammar at once. You learn it step by step and you're expressing yourself clearly and correctly from the beginning. And I advise you to do that seriously. If you want to learn grammar properly, you can do that on online Polish courses at my school. Click the link below and contact me. To sum it up, do you need to learn grammar to speak Polish? No and yes. If you want to speak Polish in everyday situations, in a shop, at a restaurant, with your Polish family, just to have a small talk, grammar is not very important. But if you would like to get a proper job in Poland, if you would like to know exactly how to express yourself and what Polish people are saying, or if you would like to take B1 exam and get Polish residency and citizenship, then grammar is a must. Thank you for watching and check out my Polish video lessons on my channel. Pa pa!